Hello everyone, and welcome back to more Final Fantasy X Part 2, and this is a bonus special episode, which is going to be talking specifically around the Highroad Mystery Side Quest. Over the course of the events of the game, our trips there have found some rather strange things going on. We've had the Machina go rioting, we've had hovercraft crashing, of course we had a chocobo turn up that Callie was chasing, but this is leading into a significant side quest that begins mainly in Chapter 4, but there is some pre-work to be done, and is then concluded in Chapter 5. The actual intricacies of this quest, though, are a little bit confusing and messy, with multiple outcomes, some of which are desirable, some of which won't give you 100%, but still have things you might want. It's an interesting design choice for this. I'm not going to be showing everything off for this, but I want to give a specific video to this regardless. So, once you get into Chapter 4, and you are able to start viewing the Comsia network, as I avoided in the previous video, you can make your way over to the Highroad. Let's go do that. And this will take us to here. This is outside Rin's Travel Agency. Got the hovercraft over there, the little Machina panel things down the back there. Behind us would eventually be, you know, the shoreline sort of view. And what will happen is if we wait here for just a moment, we will be greeted by Rin. How you doing, man?
Is something wrong?
Lately, a number of strange events have been occurring here on the Highroad. Our hover was destroyed. Also, the drone Machina malfunctioned. I've launched an investigation, but clues have been hard to come by. Forgive me for asking at such a busy time, but might I request your help in this matter?
Oh? Sure.
I am relieved to hear it. With your help, the mystery will be solved in no time.
But what should we do?
I have placed a number of modified comm spheres along the Highroad for use in our investigation. Should you find anything suspicious, please report it to me.
So, Rin has set up more comm spheres across the Highroad, in addition to the ones that we have already put down. And what we are tasked to do is to go viewing through the various comm spheres, and if we find anything unusual, call out Rin to go investigate further. This quest is done in 3 stages for Chapter 4. You'll see what I mean in a moment. However, as mentioned previously, there is a little bit of prior work you can do in the preceding chapters before this to make certain people either eligible or illegible to be the actual culprit of what's going on, which will then get divulged, I should say, in Chapter 5. And for those that have been astute watching along, what do you know that there's some stuff I've been doing very, very quietly. Alright then, Rin, I'll see what I can do, buddy.
With that, I bid you good luck.
Alright then, so what we're going to do is there are 2 specific endings I want to show off. There are 5 separate people, or peoples in total, or things, that can be blamed as the eventual suspect. I'm just going to do one of these randomly and just see what result it is, which means I will be skipping ahead briefly into Chapter 5 to show you the result. This is going to be a very jumpy video, but don't worry about it. But there are 2 specific that I want to get. One that I'm going to keep for the actual run, and the other one which, funnily enough, gives you a key item, but you can't 100% the game on because this game's a bit weird like that sometimes. Anyways, so let's get switching. So, we have got various... We've got one down the back of the agency. We've got one by the ruins where the hover crashed. We've got a new road sphere. We've got... Oh, there's the crash site itself. The interior of the old road. We've got the comm sphere for Shinra, which is optional. You have to go back to the Highroad after sorting out the issues here for him to throw that down. And then we're at the Highroad North entrance. So, let's just pick a random one. I'm just going to go randomly here. Let's try the new entrance. So, if you find anything that looks suspicious or worth investigating, you can press the B button specifically to call Rin to investigate. Now, what you determine may or may not be suspicious or not is another question. And the way this basically works is there's various things, events that can happen. And they will have various weightings towards our people that we want to accuse. After you trigger a certain amount of those to happen, we'll move on to the next stage where the next set of events will occur. Now, you won't be able to call Rin on everything, just as a note. You'll be able to call certain of them, and then you'll be moved on to the next stage. Rin will tell you something. So let's try calling Rin here. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's nice, right? Rin's like, I don't think that's a problem, buddy. No, it's not worth investigating. You know what? He is right. Not everything is suspicious. Alright, let's try number 1. Let's go for the crash site, shall we? Again, this is totally random. Just doing random things, and it's just gonna go as it does. I have no idea what result I'm gonna get here. So here's the crash site. This is where the hover went down. Did we ever find out what was... Chocobo feather, right? Yeah. It is indeed. Okay. Could be possible evidence. Alright. What do you want to go to next then? Let's go for the new road here. So this is above where we just were here. There is a whole list of like the weighting and such over on Strategy Wiki, which is what I will be using after this to look for specific specific endings I want to show off here. Can also do a bit of zooming in as well. What's this? People talking? Suspicious. Hey! Hey, where you going, huh? Where'd he run off to? Guess he didn't want to answer any questions. Okay. Let's go agency bag. So here's where the Machina have been sitting this whole time. There's been this Albed lady that's been working on this to work on the... Rin? What is this? Yeah, what do you think this looks like, buddy? That's a good question. And Rin's just like, I'll just leave it be. You know, it's not doing anything wrong, I don't think. It's a curious little side quest. Alright, let's keep exploring then. So eventually, Rin will say that we've, like, proceeded with the investigation. And that we'll move on, effectively. Hey, Rin! What are you doing here? Oops! Yeah, get to work, buddy. That was weird. But yeah, so this is a conversation that is optional, and it seems, yeah, Ren didn't know it was here. I wonder what he was up to. Alright, let's go to the ruins next. So this is back where, while people were busy capturing the Chocobo, I seem to recall. Rings some bells. Marco on patrol. Not that they were doing a very good job of, you know, stopping us from being, you know, caught with fiends, but whatever. Sure, have a look at it, Rim. What the hell? Looks interesting. Possibly. There are footprints on the Machina. Yeah, of course. Do you remember when we were capturing the Chocobo? Rika was on top of this building, and she jumped down, and it sounded like she landed on something metallic. Did she jump on the Machina? I mean, that's what caused that one to go a bit wacko, but it doesn't explain all the rest, though. Alright, well, let's keep exploring. I'll be honest, I was thoroughly expecting by now for us to have moved on to the next stage. I'm surprised it's still going. So here's the end of the old road. This is where these couple of guys have been hiding out all this time. Just chilling and vibing. How they were not caught and murdered by Machina early in the game, I don't really know. You know what, Rin? Investigate them. Maybe they know something. Okay, apparently not. Well, we found there. Okay. We've been here. Nothing was going on, was there? This all seemed fairly normal, fairly standard. Okay. More people perhaps to interrogate here. Now, it should be noted that just because you see an event happening, unless you call Rin to investigate it, it does not get accrued to anyone's score. So, and there are a couple of things where you need to see something, but specifically not report it and then go do something else. There is some very, very funky stuff going on in this. Anyways, let's get Rin to ask some questions. I mean, that would be the hover, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
It seems we are getting closer to the heart of the matter. Perhaps further investigation will yield the clues we need.
Okay then, so what that means is we've now gone into the second stage of this list of events. So now a new set of things can be found in the various 8 places, and we'll need to go and check those out effectively. So let's get exploring. Let's just go back to the front of the agency. See if there's anything fun going around here. Have you seen anything, lady? Have you got the clues? What the hell's that sound? Whoa! Yeah, it's a chugboat eater, isn't it? Maybe. You know, if only that goal would, you know, fly over something so it couldn't be pursued. Never mind. Alright, so I'll go down the back. I am very nervous about the way this is, like, electrocuting and such. That doesn't seem particularly stable. Not gonna lie. I don't know, it just makes me kind of nervous. Hello? Yeah, what are you doing here? Ah. Interesting. Was she... Wasn't she the guy that was speaking... The woman speaking to that guy who also ran off? Looked familiar. Okay. Well, looking around, I suppose. What have we got on our super secret comms sphere? Anything interesting going on? Not a lot of treasures there, apparently, that I've opened. I don't know when I did that. This looks kind of like a bust. Alright, that looks pretty bad. Alright then, let's try somewhere else. Let's go... What do we fancy? Let's go to the ruins. Back on the beginning area of the high road here. Al Bedden. It's that guy in blue again. Okay. Where else do we want to go around here? Let's go to North Entrance. I'm just literally just picking places basically at random here. But you get the general idea of exploring around. Now, so, as far as some of the intricacies of getting... It's him again! Who is this guy? He's getting about. Not that he's going to bother trying to ask any questions, mind you. He's like, I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, so you get the idea. So, as I mentioned, there are various different types of events we can find. Now, if you are looking to get a specific result out of this, there are ways to kind of, like, more specifically make this work rather than switching around. And that can be very useful. It can also be very difficult as well. So you've got to be a little bit cautious about that. And there are one or two people that you might want to have specifically framed that are very difficult. There's a variety of different outcomes that can... There's a variety of different outcomes that can come out of this. Yeah, what's going on here? How awful. Oh my god! Wow. Well, that's good.
It seems we are getting closer to the heart of the matter. Perhaps further investigation will yield the clues we need.
Interesting. Well, that's good to know. Well, at least he's all right. I'm kind of glad, truthfully. All right, so now we're on to the third and final stage of event. So once again, we'll be able to switch around. Things will change now. This is where a lot of termination is going to come out here. So let's go. Let's go. I'll do an interior. Here's these guys having a nice chat. I mean, we tried speaking to them last time. Can you speak to them now? Or am I just wasting your time again? Oh, he's actually going to them. I'm sure you will. Rin's got some tasty information. The game hasn't run him far enough. He's just... It would have been fine on a 4-3 ratio, I'm sure. Alright. Anything interesting around here? Might or might not be. Oh, here's the guy. I'm glad he's okay. Oh, really? Okay. Rin's getting a list of evidence up, and that's good to hear. That's good to hear. All right. Let's look down the back. Yeah, there is so many different events that you can find and do here. Have all sorts of, like, some chain off the other. Some will get stopped if you didn't do something previously in the game, or some are available until you view something else, and then they're no longer available. There's quite an intricate chain of events down the back here, which is pretty cool, I guess. Hey, what the hell's he doing up there? You got workers going, buddy? Oh, jeez! You alright? Apparently. Definitely.
I believe it is all starting to fall into place. I will handle the rest of the investigation and think more on this evidence. I am grateful for your help.
Wow, that was quick.
Petunia.
Wow, that was really fast, that show. Sometimes they do. Sometimes you just find a good chain and blast down a direction. So, at this point, we have now resolved the entire set of events here. And Rin will come to a determination in Chapter 5 as to who he believes is responsible for the, events here at the main Highroad. I have no idea who I have basically caused to be to blame, so I'm gonna go find out. I need to play through a bit of the game to get to chapter 5. It's gonna take me a short while, so I will see you very soon. Alright then, I've zoomed myself over to chapter 5. Didn't take too long, fortunately. So let's make our way over to the Highroad and see what results Rin has come to. I'm very curious to see who we're going to get here. Rin the results of investigation in Highroad's troubles. Yeah, sure. Is there something weird going with your hair, by the way? I'll try and look at it. Okay. Oh, he's out. Whatever, game. Ah, a nice sunset. I haven't seen this for a while. This should be good.
I am glad you are all here. I would like to talk about the recent string of incidents occurring on the high road.
First, let's discuss the circumstances surrounding the hover crash. Marks found something along the road to indicate something fell from the road into the ravine below. The injured person found near the crash hover has been identified as the pilot. Oh, that's good. They consider the runaway drone Machina. The Machina can only be configured for operation through a control panel behind the agency. Naturally, I considered that someone might have tampered with the panel. Reasonable. After seeing a man fall from the agency's roof, another possibility struck me. Oh. An impact, where it's strong enough, could also be enough to cause a Machina to malfunction. Such an impact would not necessarily require beastly strength. Even someone weak could deal with a forceful enough blow, with a little help from nature. Suppose, for example, that someone were to jump down from a great height.
Now then, let us try to figure out who perpetrated these nefarious acts. We have already heard some testimony. The hover lost its balance and overturned while attempting to avoid a passerby. But who could that passerby be? According to the hover's pilot, it was an Albed female.
Oh?
We found footprints on one of the malfunctioning Machina. So, let me ask you all. Has anyone recently been to the ruins at the Highroad's south end? And does anyone recall jumping down from a great height?
Riku?
What? No one else?
One final question. Would the Albed ladies please raise their hands? Please try to recall what happened, Riku.
So this was back once we saved Callie from the chokebeat area. Yeah, I remember this. This
She looks happy.
is chapter 2.
Whatever works for her.
Shall we?
Oh yeah, there was this weird little cutscene we saw, wasn't there? Oh no! And yeah, we mentioned about this when she jumped off the Machina in chapter 3. I love the replay. This is why I waited until we did the third set of captures. If you don't, this scene never happens, and Riku is completely locked off from being accused.
It was me.
Precisely. The hover crashed while trying to avoid hitting you. And you caused the drone Machina to malfunction when you landed on it. You, Riku, are the one who caused these two incidents to occur.
Oh no!
I am sure you meant no harm, but your carelessness invited disaster. Allow me to determine Riku's sentence, if I may.
Wait, what? What?
What sentence?
'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What sentence? 'What Didn't expect trash duty.
She's a litter picker.
Glad that's all over. You must be tired. As neither did noob. Why the chocobos?
They were being employed to power a ferry boat, so I purchased them.
Huh.
That's great. But can I go home now? I picked up all the trash.
All of the trash?
Every last piece. Look.
Oh no. Oh no!
Oof, yo.
Oh,
I
Riku.
thank you for your hard work.
Oh, I feel terrible for her.
Oh, get plucking.
Bane isn't.
Ugh, this stinks. Feathers aren't trash.
And that is episode complete. Now, if you get Riku to be responsible for the events, this is actually the one that I specifically want for this series. This is one of only, I think, a couple that will give you episode complete and 100% completion rate, along with the Chocobo Eater, which seems a reasonable target. However, if you do it with this, not only do Chocobos now return to be in Highroad for you to use, but you also get the Ragnarok accessory, which is very, very good. And there you go. You can now ride Chocobos going to the hover attendants, which is pretty damn sweet. That is not guaranteed depending on everyone that you get hold of here. But Riku, I think, is probably, as far as completion rate concerned, is the best target. I gotta ask her. I gots to knows. Oh, God. And by the way, if you're curious, here is the Ragnarok accessory, by the way. Insignia Magic. 0 MP cost. One of the best relics of the game. Amazing, amazing item. This is why I wanted this result. But as I mentioned, there are some other different ways that this can end. So I'm going to go and fetch them because I am such a nice guy to you all. Alright then, so the second of the scenes that I'll be showing off to you guys. Now, I could go through and explain the intricate details of how to make this work, but honestly, just look it up. It'll do a better job explaining than me. But I think we're actually pretty close to getting this ending the first time round, actually, which is kind of what I was going for, but it's not too bad. Alright. The Chocobo Eater, by the way, is definitely probably the easiest of the endings to get, and is also good for completion.
I am glad you are all here. I would like to talk about the recent string of incidents occurring on the high road.
First, let's go with the circumstances. Okay. It seems that not everyone wants Machina around. Someone has been trying to destroy the Highroad's Machina, starting with the hover. What would happen if you... what do you think would happen to a hover if you pushed it while it was stopped? I mean, probably wouldn't move. Ah, is that so? Hovers are built to be light. Even a child could move one with only a push. Is that a good design choice? I'm not so sure that's a great idea. One could easily flag down the pilot and then quickly push the hover off the cliff once it came to a halt. It's a frame job? Marks indicating the new road indicate something fell into the ravine below. Consider the runaway drone marking, yeah, in Chapter 3. Perhaps runaway is not the best word. Machina don't just run and walk on their own, now do they? This case is revealed that the drone Machina did not malfunction. They were programmed to grow violent. Our culprit clearly wanted people to fear Machina. That is why he or she tampered with the operation. By playing on people's uneasiness, The guilty party hope to purge the Highroad of Machina altogether. They can only be configured for operation through control panel behind the agency. But our Machina hater probably took an Albed into explaining how the panel works. Oh wow, we're going full Phoenix Wright on this. Oh, this guy, I recognize him. He says he's the one who leaked the operating instructions. Wow. Someone told him they wanted to learn about Machina, and eventually, he just gave in. Pff, well, he's fired. More testimony. Ah, these are the guys down at the back of the old road. They saw who pushed the hover into the ravine. They were paid to keep silent. But silence brought with Gil is just as easily broken. Something Rin knows about. Uh-oh. Who pushed the hover into the ravine? More testimony, my god. Oh, this is the pilot. Yeah, you'd think so. Just as I thought. Get him, Ren.
Regarding the person who pushed the hover off the new road and sabotaged the Machina after tricking the Albed operator into explaining how they work, there is only one thing left to say.
Oh my god! He's got a gun!
That's right, like it was me! And I would have gotten away with it too, if it hadn't been for you meddling kids!
Well, well, well. I see we have new testimony. What I was going to say was that there is no conclusive evidence pointing to you.
Huh.
None at all.
Like no fair!
Fair? Do you think what you did was fair? You and your partner have been working underground to bring chocobos back to the Highroad. But everyone else greatly preferred the modern convenience of Machina. In order to scare them back into using chocobos, you programmed the Machina to run amok. What else can you call that but unfair?
Shut up!
Rin!
Zoinks!
We Albed are accustomed to having guns pointed at us, you see. I must think of a suitable reward for your efforts. For two people who hate Machina, it will be an excruciating yet fitting punishment.
Well, good job there, Shaggy. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean Prophet.
The safety of hovers is where it's at. Hovers will get you there in no time flat.
Excruciating is right.
They must be hating every minute of this. Advertising something they're against?
Lady Yuna, thank you for your help in the investigation. I would like to reward you.
But Rin, you're the one who figured everything out.
Yuna.
Hovers are happy. Hovers are fun. We've got a hover for everyone.
Is it just me, or are they enjoying this?
Possibly. So yeah, that gets Prophet and his assistant found out as the ones who sabotaged the Machina. It's not a million miles away from another suspect you can actually frame, which I won't be able to show off here, and that is actually Callie. I didn't take the requisite steps earlier in the campaign, in the series, in order to do that. Basically, what you've got to do is in the second mission, where Callie's getting attacked by the Chocobo, there's certain things you've got to do amongst that. Basically, like, fail the mission. And if you do that, then Callie can actually be projected as a suspect here. The end result is not a million miles away from what you have, though, previously with the Prophet. You do not... well, with the Prophet, You get no items, you get no orbitals 100%, and also you notice that chocobos don't even occur anyways. At least with Cali, chocobos do return to the high road, but that is all you will get. But of course, there is one more suspect that can be named. So, time for our final culprit. Now, this one is quite infamous in this game for being really difficult to actually get to proc. You have to follow a rather specific set of commands and routes you got to take in order to get this person to fess up. There is a unique key item you can get from them, but for some reason that I cannot comprehend, this doesn't count towards 100%. You can't get a perfect completion of this game if you get this ending. It's a strange one, but I'm hoping I've got this, because it is quite tricky to get, but I think I've got it. This whole video is taking like 2 hours to do, by the way, so don't say I don't do things for you. Rin?
This chocobo was being employed to power a ferry boat, so I purchased him.
That's nice.
What did you find out about the Machina?
Yeah, where is everyone else?
I have deduced that both the hover incident and the malfunctioning Machina drones were accidents.
Accidents?
And what caused these accidents?
I am trying to clear that matter up. I asked my assistants to inspect our Machina some time ago.
An inspection? I had heard that it was an experiment to synchronize the Machina.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yes, while performing maintenance to keep the Machina under control, we also experimented with upgrading them.
But you still couldn't control them.
True, but
How about this? The modified Machina that went haywire might have been what attacked the hover.
Possible.
What's more, synchronized Machina always act in unison. One malfunction could have triggered a similar effect in all the Highroad's Machina.
Whose investigation is this?
Something strange happened while we were investigating. Someone cut off our comsphere's transmission.
Yeah, this is an incredibly important point to this. If on the 3rd stage, you need to go to the hover crash site and get Rin to inspect it, then you need to leave, and if you come back, the transmission disappears entirely. But it turns out that there's another comsphere overlooking the site.
it broke?
No, it was broken. We could see the culprit through a separate comsphere. Rin, it was you. That's when I realized you never intended to catch the culprit. When I think about it, I've seen you on the high road a number of times now.
This is also true. Part of the setup for this has to be you need to get Rin to appear at the travel agency stop after the events in Chapter 2, and you need him to appear at the end of the cutscene in Chapter 3 by disabling more Machina in the Albert. So many steps you'll go through for this.
Once before the Machina started acting strange, and then again after the incident was over. But before I could talk to you, you vanished, as if you didn't want to be seen. When the hover was destroyed, you knew the upgraded Machina were behind it. But then, when you tried to investigate, they all rebelled at once. So, you went around dismantling the rogue Machina. Yes, while we were busy fighting them. Then, you slipped away, just as everything was settling down. I am right, aren't I?
Gumshoe, you know.
You are suggesting that my decision to upgrade the Machina resulted in a number of casualties, and that I tried to cover it up.
You put the investigation in our hands because we were amateurs. You hoped we would botch the case. And then, I kept calling you, even though I didn't have any leads.
Another thing you gotta do at one point. Make him so annoyed he never turns up again. This game.
You would have objected to the meaningless interruptions if you really wanted to solve the case.
I see. It appears I have underestimated you, Yuna.
My god.
Why, Rin?
If word got out that Machina pose a danger, people would fear them and stop using them.
So Yevon's not alone in sweeping things under the rug.
I firmly believe that machina are an indispensable part of Spira's development. Even if there is another incident, I intend to conceal the evidence.
You really think people will follow you that way?
I am not alone in my thinking.
Oh.
We are researching ways to extract the vast energy that sleeps in Spira and use it to power machina.
You're a jackass.
I will take that as a compliment.
There you go. So for getting this, we get Gippel's Sphere. And we still get to ride Chocobos for free on the Highroad. But this, for some reason, beyond my guessing, does not go towards completion percentage. So you can't get the perfect ending by doing that. Because you don't get episode complete. Crazy, right? Maybe so. Alright then, let's go and see what the sphere is. I'll be honest, I have no idea what this is. I've never seen this sphere, ever.
Just got a transmission. Apparently the Guado are conducting a manhunt nearby. Orders are to locate the Sumner Yuna and kill her guardians.
Whoa. Oren?
Maybe you ought to lay low for a bit?
That advice?
No, I just don't want you stirring them up. The temples are after me, too.
Then I apologize in advance.
You're fighting? I see. I'm tired of running from Yevon myself, and I have thought about fighting. I'd probably look like a jackass if I even suggested it.
Only a jackass can change the world.
Good call. Es kukiku belgi vekker verder, Yevon. Nu sec? Jackass. Fruit.
Wow. So that takes place after the party in 10 crashes onto Beaconell Island moments before the assault on home by the Guado. And Oren runs into Gippel before he reunites with Titus and Co. Huh. I've never seen that before. I didn't think this game would have an Oren cameo like that. I know there's an Oren cameo technically elsewhere in the game. I'll get to that when we do. But I didn't know it existed there. Well, I'm glad I went to the effort to find this, kids. Like, it's taken like 2 hours to do this whole video, but that was worth it. And so that is the main Highroad mystery side quest. It's alright. It's kind of fun. I like the fact you do have the various people that you can blame. Although it is strange to me that some give you some rewards and some give you percentages, but not all do. Especially with Rin as well. The fact he gets a key so you cannot get as anyone else. I don't think there's any way to get in the game, but it's not good enough to get an episode complete. Really strange, but never mind. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video, which has gone a lot quicker for you than it did for me. So thank you all for watching. Next time, we will get back to the main plot line. We've got a concert to set up. I'll see you then.